And officially welcome everybody to this kickoff meeting of the ETF New Learning Club on teaching with artificial intelligence. It's a great pleasure to see already 60 people joining this event, and more will come. We had more than 220 registered people for this kickoff meeting of the club. And so actually the clubs, as you will hear later by my colleague Alessandro, who is leading this club on behalf of the ETF, are supposed to be ideally small working groups where people should co-create. But of course, we cannot put a limit to the sky. So in case we are able to co-create with a large number of people, even better. We know that artificial intelligence is a theme of interest for many of us, actually for, I would say, almost everybody working on innovation in education and training. It is also true that many people are here to listen and not to co-create. That is fine as well. Of course, you will hear as well that the club has also a, let's say, I would say capacity building logic. But I will not anticipate nor spoil what is coming next. I will just show you the agenda. Basically, after this short welcome by myself, we will have this a mini, let's say, appetizer, so to socialize a bit and to see where we are in terms of knowledge and feeling when it comes to AI for teaching. And then we're going to hear what the club is, what the club is not, what the club is about by Alessandro Propito, my colleague from the ETF. And then we're going to hear about the theme from three, what we call the leaders of this working club, this new learning club. These are three colleagues from Turkey who also happen to be ambassadors of the ETF community of innovative educators. Actually, we have a leadership from one country among the ETF partner country, but of course this group is open to everybody, and I see already that many countries are present here. And then we are going to start brainstorming and co-working in terms of what this club can do, what are the challenges you will see later on, and how to advance towards the outcomes of this club, and we'll close up with some follow-up instructions and some what's next. Again, this is just the kickoff meeting of this cycle of around 6 months that we have planned for you. The meeting is going to be very informal, as we always do here in the ETF community of innovative educators. So feel free to write in chat in case you want to say something or to ask questions. Just raise your hand. We are many, but there is space for everybody. So feel free to comment and contribute and even criticize if we say something that you don't like. This is an open bar, as we say. So again, welcome to everybody from my side, and the word to my dear friend Roberto Righi from STEPS.
Thank you, Fabio. Well, to be in the same, according to what Fabio just was saying, that we are in a informal situation, informal environment. We would like to start the meeting with some social engagement, let's say. So we would like your participation, to hear your feedback about a couple of matters, a couple of topics that are related to the title of this club, which is Teaching with Artificial Intelligence. So we would like to know from you some ideas that you have, some experience that you have. So if you allow me, I will launch a small poll, which is a kind of survey, whose question is, in your opinion, what is the critical skill that you need to develop in artificial intelligence education? You can give an answer just like with a sentence, short sentence, or even just a word. And we would like to start from this part because on one hand, we want to show you how much this club will be not a kind of traditional webinar with only presentations that you just have to listen and at maximum give some questions, provide some questions, but it's an interactive session. where we can all together brainstorm and find solutions to one of these hot topics nowadays, which is artificial intelligence. And also, on the other hand, we would like to start maybe framing possible ideas on the kind of final outcome that we will have. So in this case, if you have some ideas on the kind of skill that people need in order to thrive, to improve the competencies concerning AI education, you can give your answer here. We already got more than 20 answers. So let's wait for some seconds more for people to think and to provide their opinion. Of course, this is not a mandatory task, and it's not an exercise that we will take into consideration for a definite conclusions or statistically relevant conclusion about what are the critical skills that are needed, but of course it's a way also for you to give your opinion. Maybe we can wait a little bit if we get 30. We are almost there because we already got 28 answers provided. And then I will show you what the results are. Let's see how. Okay, do you see my screen? Maybe not.
Not yet.
I will share it right now and I hope that will be shared. So we have some sentences, some words, being able to make connections and query, technology literacy, had ethical use of AI, critical thinking, good prompts, prompts engineering, keep up with change, how to communicate, AI literacy, critical thinking once again, creativity, openness, flexibility, critical evaluation. So we see that critical thinking is one of the key issues that people think are necessary, analysis and validation of received answers from AI. This is also important, of course, critical understanding and critical thinking. And connected learning, digital skills, and the use of generative AI models, open mind, creativity, again, patience to adapt to innovations, of course, it's important, and so on. So thank you very much for your participation. Of course, we will share these results, maybe in the next meeting or maybe in a follow-up letter, just to show you these interesting results that we received. In my opinion, they are all fitting exactly what I was waiting for. So thank you for understanding what I was meaning. And I will start now with the second question. There are 2 questions in total, so it's not so much. And okay, I hope that I was able to stop the sharing. And the question 2 is about, did you have the chance to meet, to encounter any AA-based tools or application during your educational experience? If the answer is yes, can you please provide their name? So we start not only framing, but also trying to populate our knowledge with some possible tools, with some possible application. And the keyword of the club is sharing. So one of the main objectives of the club is sharing knowledge. So if you have any kind of knowledge and you are willing and so kind to share it with the other educators, that will be the most important and crucial approach for our club. So we will try to learn together also. So this could be also a way to get some more information about tools that maybe we didn't know before and that could be useful for our educational routine, for our educational purposes in the future. So let's wait if for some 30 seconds or 40 seconds more for your answers so that we can read them together and see if you have some maybe ideas, or if you know some tools that we didn't know before. And maybe this could be also, I'm just brainstorming now, maybe this could be also the core of one of the next meetings, maybe trying to analyze the existing tools and see what are advantages and disadvantages and see how they can be adapted for educational purposes. Okay, so I just wanted to wait for an interesting number of answers. Also, in this case, we have 30 answers. So I think I'm sharing the previous one. Sorry. I have to find the right one. Okay. Sorry, I didn't share the right page. Can you see it now? I hope so.
Yeah.
Twi, Kiliboot, Mizu, these are name of tools of artificial intelligence tool, ChatGPT, Twi, speech to text, Gemini, Magic School, EduSite, ChatGPT, adaptive learning platforms, Duolingo, Khan Academy, Quizlet, Midjourney, Copilot. So there's a lot. Of course, ChatGPT is one of the most mentioned and quoted, but there is also Magic School, Gemini, and Twi once again, and DeepL, Copilot, OpenAI as virtual assistant, and so on. So there are some recurrent names for sure that could be maybe considered as the most common and popular, but there are also other names that at least me personally didn't know, so it would be nice to know more. But this, I think this is something we can keep for the next meeting to analyze, and of course we will share the results with you, because I think this is really interesting for all the educators. And now, so thank you once again for your participation to this small short exercise. And let me introduce Alessandro Bronpito, who is a senior human capital development expert at ETF, European Training Foundation. And Alessandro's work focuses on policies, practices for digital skills and competencies, and digitalization in general of education, training, and labor market systems. So I give you the floor, Alessandro, for your introduction to the objectives of the club.
Thank you, Roberto, and a warm welcome to everyone. I hope you can see my screen. Please confirm that you can look at my screen and the slides are appearing. Okay, perfect. So Let me say that with Fabio, indeed, we look at digital education. So from both lenses, the digital skills provision and the use of technology in teaching and learning. ETF is an agency of the European Union. So we work in close collaboration with the European Commission, but many other international organizations such as ILO and etc. So I'm very excited to be here today. And let's say today, let's say we kick off, we launch the club. And this club is part of the ETF community of innovative educators, sorry. This is a community that I would recommend you to register. We can share perhaps the link, dear colleagues, in a way that they can register. But this is a community of practitioners. Roberto was introducing me as an expert in digital education, but in the past I was a vocational education and training teacher. So I'm really excited to be part of this community, and in particular to launch this initiative today. Stella, if you can please close, thank you. Okay, the club is therefore part of the ETF community of innovative educators. And with no surprise, artificial intelligence and teaching with artificial intelligence has been one of the topics that emerged to look at together with others. But definitely artificial intelligence, since the launch of ChatGPT for generative AI system, is instilling a lot of curiosity on how we can use it for better teaching and learning and assessment experience and outcomes. Let me say that we had really an impressive participation to this expression of interest. We had more than 250 requests, and from more than 40 countries. ETF work in the framework of the external relations with 28 countries. So this is really a worldwide community of practitioners. And thanks, of course, because in this expression, we were already explaining what you are doing and what you would like to get from this club. So, of course, we had a very interesting idea. So let's say what we can do with the club. Of course, we want to focus on innovation is a keyword that we always have. We want to look at the innovative teaching method. And the objective is to share practices where basically AI is is one of the tools that we are using to innovate the teaching and learning experience for better learning experience, for better learning outcomes, and to produce a practical outcome for practitioners, for the teachers. Examples of, we don't know at this stage what we are going to shape together, but just to give an example from from the expression of interest and to respond to the request, we might have a AI literacy guidelines. We might have a rubric with this ice-breaking that Roberto was undertaking. We were already collecting example of tools that are used, AI-based tools that are used in education. So we can, what we will be the outcome, it's something that will emerge from our club. Who we are. So as I said, we are a big community of practitioners, but not only teachers. I have to say that there are also researchers, academics, there are innovation managers, but of course, what I would invite all of us to do is to focus to a use of artificial intelligence in the classroom, in thinking to formal education, but also in a different context for adult education. We will see together, but practical solutions. In this initiative, ETF initiatives, there are 3 content leaders. Işil, Sahin, and Selçuk. They are from Turkey, and they are, let's say, expert on artificial intelligence with different lenses and different angles, but they are going to lead the content, making the synthesis of the different perspective. And then we have the monitoring, and the facilitation. So with Fabio and myself from ETF side, we will try to steer our work together with Roberto as well, in a way that we try to collect ideas, to shape, and to come to something concrete. So this is, in a nutshell, the Gantt chart of the club. Well, we aim to, let's say, we have a short period, I would say, to do something, and it's just 6 months, from June to December. Of course, I'm not counting the preparation, but of course there was some preparation in order to be here today. And but this is done. And from this moment on, let's say we have the kickoff meeting. As you can see, we aim to have we call them a catch-up meeting, where we let's say discuss, we co-work, and this will be on monthly basis, with exception of August. Let's go for the summer break in August. More indicatively, it's a common period. But for the other months, we aim to have, let's say, a monthly catch-up meeting, making progress, working together. The promotion of the club is in our hands, of course. The steering of the club and are the people, the 5 people that I was mentioning before, the content leaders and the facilitators, Roberto, Fabio, and myself. Interesting that in September we will have an event specifically where, let's say, ETF is involved, is in an AI forum. And this is another opportunity to gather new examples and ideas. And this is happening in a face-to-face event in Turin. And this is marked for September. And of course, last but not least, we need in a certain moment to identify the outcomes. And today, I think, will be very important. We will have breakout groups and taking different lenses. But it's the moment to really start and reflect and shaping something that could be a very concrete, realistic, because we have just 6 months for the club, for this first, let's say, part of the club. Maybe we will have others, but already for December, we would like to have a dissemination event with all the community of innovative educators, where we share what we have produced from our work together. Let me stress once again, please, that the teaching club, the teaching with AI, is not a series of webinars, but what we would like is to have a co-creation exercise with you. It's the main stakeholders are the teachers and trainers. So the beneficiary of what we produce as an outcome should be something digestible, useful, and practical for teachers. And this is so for educators, by educators and other stakeholders. As I mentioned, going through the list of expression of interest, we find very related profiles. Just to give you, I mean, with the ice-breaking exercise, we had already some ideas of what are the skills that are important to deal with artificial intelligence. From my side, I would say critical thinking, for example. I know it's becoming more and more important. And then when we talk about teaching with AI, of course, we can look, we could focus on different aspects of the education process. And here you have just a not exhaustive list. You may add a new entry, for example, now in the chat. Here I'm just mentioning a few, such as the assessment, this shift from summative to formative assessment, for example, AI literacy, digital pedagogy, blended learning environments. So think really to what you are doing every day as a teacher, if you are a teacher, and see which one could be more interesting and relevant in relation to what you are doing in your classroom. What will you get? Well, we hope very much to provide concrete new teaching ideas, new possible project, because we said that the club is lasting 6 months. This is true. This is the first part. But then what we are taking care of the participant, and we might have another club for 2025. Focusing on a different aspect on artificial intelligence, or we might connect the members of the club to other initiatives, for example, with the initiative, similar initiative of the European Commission. You can give visibility for your work in case you are going to actively participate. As Roberto was mentioning, we are forcing nobody to do something. But if you are considering to share something, to be actively involved, well, you, as I mentioned at the end of our, let's say, in December, we are going to make a webinar where we'll disseminate our work. So you might be the speaker in this event. And then we would like, for those that are actively participating, we deliver an open badge. Which is as a recognition of innovative educators. So what we expect from you, let's say, being part of this club, of course, we invite you definitely to share your AI teaching practice. We are very, very much interested as a community. We will invite you to participate in this monthly online meeting. Unfortunately, we have resources just to move ahead in English, but I hope with some simultaneous translation based on AI, maybe you can follow if English is not your preferred language or working language. And what we will do in this monthly event is to discuss practices, co-constructivism, so doing work together, and new project discussion. And of course, this is related to the point 3, which is about contribute to an outcome. So this will be more offline in an async mode, but we will share a document, for example, and we expect contribute to those that are interested. And of course, you might be on the stage to speak and present your practice. Just to mention that who are our partner? ETF works in partnership. We are a small organization. We are part of the EU family. We work a lot with the European Commission, but as I mentioned at the beginning, we work also with international organizations such as ILO, International Labour Organization. And specifically here, I mentioned two partners. The first one is the ITC ILO. The ITC ILO is the training center of ILO. And this, we are lucky because we are based in Turin and ITC ILO is based in Turin as well. So we have a lot of initiative. And if you remember from the Gantt chart, we are in September, we will contribute to an ITC ILO event focused on AI, and our contribute will be on AI in education, and we hope to share something from our club as well. The European Digital Education Hub, we are going to share the slide, but when you will click on the link, you will end up to the Digital Education Action Plan, and this is of the European Commission, and this is one of the actions. So we may gear up and merge in the Digital Education Hub that is also focusing on AI, or we can go and have an exchange of knowledge with the hub. So this is my last slide, just to mention that from the community of innovative educators, we have 3 clubs running in 2025. There is the Teaching with AI club, our club. There is also, in parallel, already running a club on STEAM, another important topic for the very fast and innovative world where we live. And in September, we will be the month for the launch of the new learning club on engaging an inclusive teaching method for upskilling and reskilling of adults. So this will be a club for adult education. So that's all from my side. Thank you for your attention. And I pass the floor now back to Roberto, where to proceed. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alessandro, for the very thorough presentation. Of course, if you have or you will have questions and need of more information about the club's structures and the club's objectives, please feel free to write in the chat. We will do our best to answer. It's a new activity. It's a new kind of initiative. So of course there will be some questions, some doubts especially on the structure and on what participants are expected to do. But don't hesitate to send us any kind of questions and need of information. Now it's time for the presentation. Sorry, Alessandro.
No, I wanted to say that we had no question for the time being in the chat, but we have encouraging message. Appreciating the format and appreciating how we are proposing to proceed, our possible, flexible and informal approach. So just to tell you that we had this encouragement.
Okay, so it means that your presentation was clear enough. And okay, now it's time for the presentations of our 3 content leaders that have been shortly presented by Alessandro beforehand. I think we will start with Işıl. And Işıl Boyargül is the founder of ETZ, Educational Technology Summit in Turkey, TeacherX, an online teacher training platform, and Certifix, a blockchain-based certificate managed system. She worked as a lecturer in Yildiz Technical University in Turkey. And now she will shortly present her speech about the artificial intelligence learning curve. So please, Işıl, the floor is yours. Your sharing is working well. So please, thank you.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you, dear Roberto, Fabio, and Alessandro, because I'm really happy to be in this group. And I think that, we will do a lot of useful work for teachers and students as well, and of course, school leaders. Okay, so talk about a learning curve from understanding basics to building competency. And first of all, dear educators, we're so happy to see you here, and thank you for joining us. And today I'm going to focus on AI competency framework, both for students and teachers. So the key components of the AI competency frameworks has 3, as you see, 3 components. So it starts with awareness, which involves understanding AI concepts and their impacts. Literacy focuses on acquiring skills to interact with AI technologies. And finally, competence is about applying and evaluating AI knowledge effectively. Together, these ensure a structured approach to developing proficiency in AI. So as you see, it just starts from awareness to literacy, and finally, we will move forward to competency. And I just created this competency assessment questionnaire for you, just for you, okay? So as you see, AI competency assessment questionnaire is a useful tool to evaluate the current understanding and skills related to AI among educators. It sets a baseline to identify areas that needed to that need development and improvement as well. So I created this checklist for you, and if you want, you can just scan the QR code, and you can just use this assessment both, just maybe for yourself, and you can also use it if you're giving some kind of training at your school. If you're a teacher trainer, you can also use it with your colleagues as well. So I just wanted to take a screenshot of where we are and then, you know, we can move forward to about like how we can build this competency. Okay, so UNESCO, as you see, like UNESCO created AI competency framework for teachers, and it is divided into various aspects such as like human-centered mindset, ethics of AI, AI foundations, applications, AI pedagogy, and finally AI for professional development. So each aspect progresses through 3 stages. So it starts from acquire, deepen, and create. This structured approach ensures that teachers develop a comprehensive understanding and the skills set in AI. So please note that this is not a finalized framework. So UNESCO will announce the final version in September. And to better understand this framework, I recommend reading the Guidance for Generative AI in Education and Research. Okay, and so UNESCO also created a framework for students as well. And the UNESCO AI competency framework for school students is inspired by Bloom's taxonomy. But that doesn't follow like a step-by-step order. For instance, a student can use AI tools like we all do, like ChatGPT, without knowing what, you know, how they work. So, you know, they can just apply it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they know, you know, how it works. So that means that they do not understand it. And this framework is tailored for school students, and it focuses on similar aspects, but within a different progression. So it like from understand to apply and to create. And so the question here is like, how can we enhance teacher proficiency in AI? So it's crucial that teachers are not only knowledgeable about AI, but also proficient in integrating AI into their teaching methods to better prepare students for their future. So it just starts from knowledge, skills, attitudes, and impact. And there are 4 key approaches like to integrating AI into education. So, you know, like an interdisciplinary approach, AI literacy programs, project-based learning, and collaborative initiatives. These strategies teach AI across subjects, offer AI courses, involve hands-on projects, and partner with experts. So, as you see, the overall, the impact is crucial because it promotes innovation, like Alessandro mentioned here. And speaking of impact, it's crucial not to use AI just for the sake of using it, but to make AI more tangible, both for minds and for hearts. So it's important to show students that they can make a difference and that they can make the world a better place by using AI. So to this end, if you want, you may want to explore Google AI and Social Good website with your students and learn how they can use AI, you know, to make like some kind of like good things, and how they can use AI to make a difference. And this exploration could potentially change their approach to AI. So they will not use, like they will not see AI just for the tool, but, you know, they will just use it to make a difference, like maybe for people like who need it most. I really like this example. So it's not from me, but, you know, it's just from Singapore. So you can enhance learning by creating AI challenge at your schools. It's like, which is similar to Singapore's National AI Challenge. For example, have your students study the ethical issues of AI in facial recognition, research its pros and cons, and present their findings. This helps them understand AI's impact and promotes responsible use. So these are some kind of examples that you may want to use it with your students, like to just moving to like not, you know, like not using AI just a tool, but to, you know, maybe like use it like as a challenge, or maybe like using it for public good. So they will maybe enjoy more. And finally, preparing schools, you know, for AI-driven future. To prepare for an AI-driven future, it's crucial that we, as teachers, establish a vision that integrates AI into all aspects of teaching and learning. Investing in necessary infrastructure, fostering interdisciplinary and collaboration, and continually refining our approaches based on feedback will lead to a richer, more engaging learning environment for our students. But of course, we should first start with establishing an AI vision. And I think every school should maybe publish on their website about their AI like how they approach AI, about like their AI policy. Maybe that's the reason why it's important to see how they approach AI for their students and teachers. So it will be useful to see their policy on their website, their AI policy on their website. And AI Readiness Index, is an existing index, but I've tailored it for the school context. And you can implement this in your school if you wish, and it will help you understand where you stand and what steps you need to take. So it will just give you a clear picture of where your school is. So what are the steps that you should just follow to be really ready for AI. And finally, dear teachers, despite all its glitter and shine, AI is not magic, but you are. And thank you for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Ishil. I think that your presentation would raise a lot of comments and questions. Maybe we can keep part of them for our interactive exercise afterwards, or for some final questions, or otherwise for the next meeting or for an exchange by emails. Why not? But for sure it was really professional and gave a lot of nice inputs for everybody. And now I wouldn't wait more and give the floor to Selçuk. Selçuk Yusuf Arslan is again from Turkey. Is a computer science, and among other activities, he was chosen as Turkey's Extraordinary Teacher of the Year for 3 times. He was also finalist in the Global Teacher Prize, and he will talk about the impact of artificial intelligence in education. So there will be some continuation to the previous presentation now. So Selçuk, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Roberto. Hello, everyone. My name is Selçuk Yusuf Arslan. For 16 years, I have been teaching computer science in Turkey. Today, I will talk about my AI experience from a teacher perspective. Firstly, I would like to talk about the role of AI in improving education. When I scan the internet, I can summarize the role of AI with the 6 items you see here. I'm so sorry. Please wait a second.
In the meantime, perhaps I just added a link to the AI Readiness Index that was referring Ishil in her presentation for more information.
I'm so sorry. I'm at school and the students came here because of that. I'm sorry. I continue.
No problem.
First, personalized learning. AI can customize educational content to meet the unique need of each student. The second, instant feedback. It provides real-time feedback on assignments and homeworks. Third, supplementary tutoring. AI acts as additional tutor, offering various explanations for complex subjects to aid comprehension. Fourth, language practice. Students can use AI to practice foreign languages, improving their speaking and comprehension skills. Fifth, research assistant. It supports students in gathering information and generating ideas for their projects and papers. And last, creative writing. 8, AI can help students brainstorm and refine their ideas for creative writing tasks. As you know, ChatGPT became incredibly popular shortly after its release. This generative AI tool, developed by OpenAI, has also brought some controversy, especially the utilization of ChatGPT by students while doing their homework was highly discussed. Some countries have temporarily banned ChatGPT. As a teacher, I accept that technology has benefits and harms. So we should teach students the correct use of technology, but we should also emphasize the ethical aspects of misuse. I believe that tools such as ChatGPT are incredibly useful when used for their intended purpose. I briefly mentioned these benefits in the previous slides. And you see Matt Miller's quote here. I think we should look at artificial intelligence with the glasses of future, not today. In summary, there are still misconceptions about artificial intelligence. Ethical guidelines on the use of AI and data in teaching and learning for educators, published by European Commission in 2022. Summarize these misconceptions very well. Firstly, AI is too difficult to understand. The terminology of AI and data systems can be off-putting for those without a computer science background. And even experts may find AI complex and hard to understand. Educators should focus on understanding the basic mechanics and limitations of AI and use it safely and ethically in education. AI has no role in education. The second one, AI is transforming our learning, working and living environments, impacting education significantly. AI is not inclusive. AI can create new forms of inequalities or discrimination. And however, if we properly design and use, AI can improve access and inclusion. Fourth one, AI systems can be trusted. The rise of powerful AI systems raise ethical concerns about fairness and data protection. The proposed European Union AI Act aims to mitigate risk by imposing mandatory requirements on high risk of AI systems. And the last one, AI will undermine the role of teacher. Many teachers were worried that AI will replace them in education, but instead AI can enhance their role by supporting creative learning experience and automating administrative tasks. Now I will give two examples of my use of AI. The first one is research I conducted with my students. We focus on whether ChatGPT can teach coding to students, and we got striking results. Students use ChatGPT. In coding education, they even wrote a coding book with ChatGPT, especially those who know basic level coding can easily improve their coding skills with ChatGPT. ChatGPT needs to improve in finding errors. However, even it does not find the error correctly. Its ability to correct the code is incredible. Students believe that ChatGPT is very useful when learning coding. I work in a vocational high school. For 2 hours, my students have been choosing artificial intelligence and machine learning as an optional courses. This course is 3 hours per week. And now I will talk about a learning outcome of this course. The students aim to open the bins automatically and use object detection. They showed the vest to webcam and made the correct recycling bin open automatically. This project, which they called Recycling Smart, was a finalist of Feature League and then become a winner of Lenovo STEM Alliance Turning West into Educational Wonder competition. The project, which is also accepted to AI in STEM education initiative run by Science on Stage, will be presented at a festival in August in Finland. The implementation steps of the project will also be presented as open source on the Science on Stage website in September. The increase in such teaching material will also facilitate artificial intelligence education. artificial intelligence continues to transform education as well as every aspect of life. We trainers must quickly adapt to this disruptive technology. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Selçuk. Thank you very much. We are a little bit late with our schedule, so I would proceed very, very quickly to the third presentation of our third content leader, who is Professor Şahin İdil, who is currently working at the Scientific and Technological Research Council of Turkey. And his research interests focus on public engagement with STEAM education, digitalization in education, and use of artificial intelligence education. So this is your topic, Şahin, and please, you can go ahead with your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roberto. It's really so nice to be part of this community. And I'm gonna mention about innovation and entrepreneurships and with their relationship with artificial intelligence. In recent years, actually, too many people have been talking about artificial intelligence, and one of most important challenge within artificial intelligence to be used in education is the complexity of AI, because as can be clearly seen here, we can see the first types of AI. It is, and the first one is artificial narrow intelligence. Then second is artificial general intelligence. And the last one is artificial super intelligence, which we are on the way to develop it. And also we expect about artificial super intelligence exceed human capabilities across several domains. So when we focus on the components of AI, we can have some kind of different topics such as computer vision, robotics, NLP, natural language processing, automatic planning and scheduling, optimization, knowledge-based systems. These components are so necessary to be included in the curriculum within AI. So in relation with this topic, actually UNESCO has two crucial studies. The first, as can be seen here, for teachers, and the second one is for students. This study also is under development. UNESCO has defined 5 crucial aspects. The first, human-centered mindset, ethics of AI, AI foundation application, AI pedagogy, AI for professional development. So another important the highlight for this table is progression, because human-centered mindset, it starts with benefit risk analysis and deepening session, human accountability, then the creation, AI societal responsibility, social human agency, because Selçuk has mentioned about the ethics of AI. We believe and we know that some countries and some unions have specified some rules on ethics, but the most important process to be able to talk about ethics of AI, we need to specify the stage step by step. Here, as can be given by UNESCO, it is written that, and first, at the beginning of the process, we need to ethical principles for having some kind of output at the end of process, for deepening our information regarding ethics, safe and responsible uses, and finally co-creating commons of AI ethics. I would also like to mention about the AI pedagogy, because I know and I believe that the majority of today's people are from schools and teachers. So acquisition AI assisted teaching, because we know that some kind of tools related to AI can be used in educational system. But one of the most important point is how we use those mentioned tools and platforms into in our educational context. Then for deepening information, AI pedagogy integration, and also AI enhanced pedagogical transformation. We will think ourselves as if we access the creation process means that we could achieve the AI-based framework into our educational context. So there is one important point actually to be taken here in relation with innovation. We've been talking about the innovation process in education. So what about after AI, after AI's integration completely successfully and finished? So it starts with evaluation and selection of new ideas. Idea generation improves decision making, risk assessment, collaboration, and also steady improvement. This process actually is step by step process. So how can we say about innovation? AI can improve innovation actually and uses by generating new ideas and also evaluating new ideas, conducting analysis, improving the decision-making process, and also providing tested prototype by testing the whole results, and finally assessing the risk and so much more. So there can be much more and the talks can be given here, but maybe later in the 6 months. So how can AI be used in innovation? Innovation process and barriers to innovation. There are two important points. The first is barriers and challenge, and then the second part is innovation. Information processing constraints. For example, by developing ideas, AI system is able to identify and evaluate more information that can then be used to develop ideas. So how? And also AI system is able to identify and evaluate more creative exploratory ideas. And second phase, we have general ideas. So to be able to make those given ideas, we need to get in the 5 important stages. It starts with idea generation, because during the process we need to have idea generation, new ideas, to be able to pass the second and the process as titled here, creativity, and then idea refining, and then problem solving, and the real market trends. Because at the end of the process, it is expected to transform all and given data and all outputs created by AI-based platforms and the webs to education in the context. So the last one, benefits of AI-based entrepreneurial education for empowering innovators of future. We believe that and during the process, at the end of process, AI will provide the integration of personalized learning and also individual educational context, because in educational sectors, we believe that the AI could be used remotely. So how can we create innovation and entrepreneurship for empowering innovators of futures? And also apps of AI in entrepreneurial education. I can say that the virtual incubators and accelerators, we can also, and myself, I can share, there are too many tools and the platforms to be used in educational context. So in my institution, we have developed an 8-week curriculum relating to artificial intelligence, which highlights the use of importance of machine learning, deep learning, optimization, and so on. And the second is AI-enhanced entrepreneurship courses and AI-powered business analytics, and the final AI chatbots for sport. So, and ChatGPT, and today's and the present, we've been talking about ChatGPT 4.0 and the new innovations we have seen and we will see by using ChatGPT 4.0 and also by Google Gemini and the Colab. And I can say that there are too many tools and platforms to be used in AI in the based educational context. So we will focus how we will benefit from those platforms and the content to equip our students with innovation skills and entrepreneurships, as can be titled as 21st century skills, because at the end of learning and teaching process, we expect our students to equip them with 21st century skills, critical thinking, entrepreneurship, employment-based skills, and so on. Thank you, Roberto and Diaro, for listening
Okay,
me and
great.
for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you all for your very interesting perspective about different sides of artificial intelligence adoption for education. So I think that this gave us a lot of food for thoughts also for the next steps. Since we have roughly 25 minutes before the official end of the meeting today, I would go on very quickly for the so-called brainstorming exercise. So now we will be split in 3 different groups, and the work to do would be to for everybody to put in the shoes of 3 different roles who have to do with education, which are students, trainers and teachers, and principals, so let's say school leaders in general. So you will be put randomly by me to one of these breakout sessions, and according to the breakout room you will be thrown in, you will be possibly a student or a teacher or a school leader. So you will have to try to think which are the needs, which are the challenges that you as a student or teacher or school leader should face in order to adopt artificial intelligence in education, and what are the possible solutions and proposals to solve such challenges. You will be guided for this work by 3 facilitators with their helpers. So the 3 facilitators will be Selçuk, Ishil and Shaheen, together with Alessandro, Fabio and Marta, who will help you. What you will have to do will be you will be shown a Canva with a map, and you will have either to write on a kind of virtual post-it your ideas about needs and about solutions, or to simply say something to the facilitator, maybe raising the hand or writing in chat of what you think that are needs, and they will be in charge of writing and helping you for this kind of exercises. A very simple exercise. The only different with the one before is you will have to work directly in a map. It's a kind of Miro. I don't know if you had, or Jamboard, if you had the chance to work on it previously. So it's a very simple one, but it will be very interesting, and I'm sure that the results could be also very helpful for our next steps. Also to know something more from you and to know something about your ideas on these needs and solutions. So once again, you will be either student or teachers or school leader. And now let me finalize the rooms and
how they could support, create a context. So we started from 3 main arguments. One was about to have a vision about the use of artificial intelligence. The second point is about setting some ground rule principles that are should be used in the different use cases that eventually should be adopted and or considered. Of course, there is also a teacher training needs in this respect, but not only for the ICT teachers, but let's say for also for all the teachers, because what we in concrete for the solution, and I stop here, we wanted to really how to kick off the ball in a school, no? And the idea was to have to identify 1 or 2 use cases through and to promote and allocate funds for a cross-curricular project where AI is used for a specific topic in teaching and learning. Sahina, if I missed something, let me know.
No, maybe one more thing could be added, including to your important highlights is at the beginning of the process and fixing the needs of AI teachers, and also the curriculum, and then having the solution based on and fixed challenge and also needs. It's a process, a whole process. A teacher from Turkey, I think her name is Büşra, has mentioned that a combination we need to mention about the successful AI-based curriculum. I just could add this. Thank you, Alessandro. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Next group.
Beni kim söyledi?
I can continue.
Thank you.
We focus on learners. Our Canva board has gone, but I took some notes. I think setting clear rules is very important. We need some regulations, and we need to create some guidelines for learners. And also, two of us mentioned about we can rethink the assessment tools because after AI, students can use some generative idea tools, and because of that, we can change the assessment tools. As a solution, I receive sharing good practices are very important. Raising awareness is one of the solutions. That's all. Fabio, if you want to add something.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think a great summary. We really, I think we were reaching the idea of the point that I guess we will have to tackle at a certain point. It is the one of changing assessment. We cannot think of living in a world where everything is changing, especially the attitude of the students, and we will have to adopt the new ways of assessment, and that's where we stopped. So I think it was a very good introduction for a first webinar, and more to come. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you very much. Last but not least, the third group about teachers and trainers, Ishil and Marta.
Yeah, okay. I can just start if you want, Marta. Okay, so we talk
Yes,
about...
I share the screen so you can show the Canva too.
Okay, thank you. So we talk about the needs of teachers. Well, let me see my Canva in here. And a lot of teachers they mentioned about knowing about available tools and how to use them in a practical way, but not only knowing about the tools, but how to use them, or which are the tools, which tools are the best to use for their teaching practices. So teachers they are afraid of using AI, they feel confused about the number of tools available. So maybe as a solution, we really like this idea. We need a platform with practical examples of use of AI in education. And I really like the other idea, which says school-based R&D unit to help teachers. So as you see, AI is something really big. So it shouldn't just left on the shoulders of teachers alone. But there may be some kind of research and development unit within the schools. They can help other teachers in here, and creating a platform maybe also will be beneficial for us. So as ETF members, we can also create a platform for teachers, and they can share their best practices with each other as well. So these are the maybe the most stated needs, and the most maybe the best solution that we found on the Canva. And also such kind of trainings and webinars, teachers believe that it will be useful for them.
Okay, anything to add?
No, I think it's a great summary. So we talk about we don't want to create more work for teachers, and with our solutions, we would like to give them something practical, something that they can find ready to use. So they need guidance, they need resources, trustful resources. So this is what we will focus, I think, in our output probably. So
Okay, excellent. I hope that this exercise was useful and clear also for all of you, in spite of some technical problems in one of the group. But I saw that the discussions, I was jumping from one group into the other, and I saw that there were very interesting and lively discussions. So I think that people were motivated and had a lot to share. Running out of the time, but I think once again it's very interesting because I see still 37 people participating. Maybe Fabio and Alessandro, would you like to conclude and give appointment for the next meeting?
Well, Fabio, would you like to say something?
No,
Okay.
you go.
Okay, so I mean, I think we had a good start, definitely a good start. We explained the context, how we aim to work. We had a very good presentation on concrete example. Maybe we reflect a bit, we take a focus on AI literacy, and this is with the UNESCO framework that was mentioned, but also on practical teaching and learning. And so this is the aspect that we covered. Then the discussion was maybe, Roberto, too short. We would have need more time, but there was a very active participation, at least I'm pretty sure in all groups. So what we can say that we thanks all of you for your participation. Some of you were really active and we, of course, are very, we count really on you to move ahead. We will send a follow-up message, correct me if I'm wrong, Roberto, and with a little homework. Every time we will try to give a little homework to the participant, and but you will we will address you this message with some request. But basically, we need to reflect, identify a specific aspect of education that we might want to focus, and as well we have to think about what kind of collective outcomes we want to achieve. Again, it's a short exercise, 6 months. We'll want to look to practices, so let's think about something very practical that you can be easily used in your classroom. That's all from my side. Fabio, if you want to add something.
Sorry, I was fighting with the microphone. No, I mean, again, as you say, I think we have all the elements here for something really relevant. I would like just to say that, to repeat that we will be connected with a few events in the field. So in order to, the idea there is also to connect what we will be doing, the practices that we are going to find, then these ideas with things that are happening. So Alessandro was in a large event in Turkey soon. We're going to have one in September and possibly one more later in October at the All Digital Summit. So what we will do, what we can promise, is to bring your work, our work together, but mainly your work into this fora and to show what's going on, and ideally also to bring some of you, if possible. We are now trying to see how that can happen. But yeah, that's message number one. And message number two, as Alessandro was saying, if we are 60 or 70 people out, even out of the 200 plus, and each one of us does half a page, we already have the best curriculum we can think of. So it's not really about having a lot of work. You know, it's mostly about commenting what others are doing and keeping on with these discussions. And we have Roberto and the team from Turkey that will make sure that things will then be streamlined. So for me, this was very successful, a bit chaotic as it should be, a kickoff meeting. So a lot of sharing. So I'm absolutely happy about that. So thank you very much from my side, and see you in a month or so for the second meeting.
There was an important question, I think, from Tatiana in the chat that I'm reading now about the expected outcomes of our community. I can try to answer you then, Fabio and Alessandro, please correct me if I'm wrong. The expected outcomes of our community will be decided by us all together. So step by step, we will go together and try to understand what is the best outcome that we can figure out during our work. And but we will see. I'm sure that since the next meeting things will become more clearer. also in referring to the possible outcome. And how the group work will be arranged. Of course, the club is free, so everybody can participate. So in the next meeting, maybe we will see the same faces or new faces, and so on. So we don't have any kind of limitation. And what should be done by the next meeting, I think Alessandro already told that you will receive a follow-up letter with some possible instructions on our homework. I hope, Tatiana, that I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Tatiana, for the question. So we are still, it's still a work in progress, because we will analyze the canvas. We will go back to the expression of interest. So we will try to shape something, but also with the input from the participant of the club. Tatiana, all the best.
Thank you.
So I think we can close, and
Thank you
goodbye,
very much.
everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Adidem.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
May I ask a question, please?
Alessandro, I have there's a
yes.
question.
There is a
Yeah.
question, but they are yes, please, quickly.
Bishra, you said you will give homework. Where we will see the homework? I missed that.
Well, we will address you. Don't worry. You will find a message from our side with some homework. I'm looking forward to your contribute.
Okay, thank you so
Okay,
much. I will wait in excitement. It was a great meeting. Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you to you,
Okay,
Bushra.
thank you, Bishra.
Goodbye.
I'll send the homework to you. Don't worry. I know her.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.